Once upon a time, Tinka, a boy who belonged to the tribe of Bushmen living in South Africa, Kalahari Desert. One day, Tinka's father, the guardian of the tribe, decided to go demand over 12 years for food and water to overcome the poverty of his village caused by drought. But before leaving, Tinka's father offered him his amulet and left him in charge of children, women, and old people. The father promised to return before the moon was full again.
At midday, all assembled under an acacia tree to hear the stories told by the old Wakawe. One day he told them the legend of the serpent of fire and water snake. The days passed and the men did not return. The food began to run out, and Tinka dreamed constantly of attracting the serpent of water to his village. Then the child found out about where the snake was, so he decided to go and get it.
One night he put on his dwarf leather sandals and antelope skin coat, grabbed his bag, his stick to make fire, his bow, arrows, bulbs and wood, and set off. He walked all morning, wandering through the desert, until he suddenly heard a scream. He discovered that this was a baby baboon being chased by 4 hyenas. Frightened, it jumped into Tinka's neck, who tried in vain to scare them. Suddenly the mother baboon appeared. She frightened away, then she regained her baby and left.
A few days later, Tinka left the dunes of the desert and got a green valley. There he saw a wounded antelope. He waited for him to die and cut a piece of meat. While he was eating it, he thought of his hungry village and went on walking. Along the way, he also found melon sama, one of his favorite fruits.
Finally, he reached the mountain of the third. He climbed up to the finger point to heaven. There, he took from his bag rattlers and bells to attract the water snake, but she did not appear. When she lost patience, he began to see and seek the snake of water. He put his hand into a crack, and it got stuck. When he felt a finger prick, but it was a scorpion. Tinka thought they were the terrible associates. He began to see strange beings, and he fainted eventually.
When he awoke, he was in a cave full of fruit, meat, height, and pot. There was a dark-skinned named Suma, who explained Tinka what actually had happened and gave him a sweet and refreshing drink that made him sleep. Suma told him why his people rejected him. In fact, they were afraid because they thought it was a ghost, as he had been presumed dead after a hunting accident. When recovered, Tinka left to look for the snake to the other side of the mountain where Macoloros lived.
On the way, he met a little boy playing in the brush, unaware that a lioness was going to attack him. Tinka defended the boy, shooting an arrow into a foreleg. Meanwhile, the mother managed to save her child.
A few minutes later, the Macololos appeared, and frightened Tinka ran away. But this to show that they not want to hurt him, threw down their arms and started a dance of welcome. Tinka explained their story, and they decided to help him to find the snake, but they failed. Then the chief ordered to prepare fruit basket and skins of water to go to help the bushmen.
They came to down writing a tame zebra when an arrow passed over their head. The child recognized the weapon belonged to his tribe. He was quick to imitate twice of a roar of a lion and the shout of a baboon as a password. Gradually, the hunters were leaving. Tinka, excited, went to meet his father, who told him that they had failed in their search. Then the Makololos invited the tribe of Tinka to live in their land. There always there was water and hunting.
A few days later, the branches of the tree began to move. It was the giraffe wind. A warm wind announced that the rains were near. Then a storm broke and lasted several days. It brought back the animals. In the end, the bushmen, advised by the old Wakawe, decided to stay in the land where they were born. So the bushmen tribe said goodbye to his friends, who went back to their village.